Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're back, or welcome for the first time if you've never been here. If you don't know me, my name is JD Savage. I own Imperfect Millionaires as my business, and it's also my YouTube channel. So really briefly, like I said, if you don't know me, my name is JD Savage. What I do is I teach people to make money online with affiliate marketing on this channel. Specifically, what I do is I select platforms from the affiliate marketing arena. I vet those platforms. I check out the owners of those platforms. I make sure that I believe that they're going to be around for a long time, because I don't know if you've ever had that happen, that you put time, energy, and effort into something and it just folds for whatever reason. The people didn't have good intentions to start with, or maybe they did, but they had a bad business plan. In the end, the result is the same, right? You put a lot of time, energy, and effort into something and it just goes away. Not enjoyable. If you haven't had that happen, you're fortunate. If you have, I'm sorry to hear that. I try to prevent that here. I personally have had that happen, and it's not an enjoyable thing. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, drop me a like on this video and tick the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. The reason I ask you to tick the bell icon is because then you'll be notified of any new material that I put out. And I put out material generally daily, right? I put out videos daily. And sometimes I'll miss, a day on the weekend or something like that, but not very often. Okay. So real quick, these are series on specific platforms. I'll build an entire series on what I do, what I don't do. Okay. And that's what this video is about today. Is I get a lot of questions from people. There's a lot of skeptics out there. They say, hey, there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot, and there is, right? There is. And some of the things that people I've heard call scams, I know a lot of people that have made money with those things, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is why it is that so many people fail, not just in affiliate marketing, but it's so many different things, right? That especially the online world, there's so much of that people are excited one day, you see them, and then a week later they're like on to something else. Okay. Those are the things that we're going to cover today. And a lot of these things aren't really your fault at all. It's just the way that it's set up. It's the way that society talks about it. It's the way that it's presented to you. So I want to be really clear in the front end of this video. Get rich quick. If you hear that or you get that feeling, just stop. Just stop. Because guys, I can tell you from personal experience, I've been a coach and a consultant going on 30 years now. That's a long time. And guess what I've learned? All of those things, and I'm sure you know that, right? All of those things are just garbage. It's crap. It's not real. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that the opportunity isn't there with a lot of those things that are presented in that fashion even. It does mean that it sets you up for a false expectation, right? So let me ask you this, and I've given this example before, but let's just say that somebody came to you and they say, hey, listen, I'm going to make you the most successful attorney in your town. And you say to them, yeah, but I've never been to law school. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. That doesn't matter. So would you believe them? Probably not, right? Because it's ridiculous. But it's no more ridiculous for somebody to come on this screen that you're watching right now and tell you, hey, listen, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, whatever it is they're talking about, that it's a skill set. It's a skill set. There's things you should do, things you shouldn't do, but you don't know what those things are, right? And then there's you finding your voice and your ability to communicate with people and the way that you present yourself, feeling comfortable with that, right? There's all those things. And I'm not saying it can't go faster than a lot of things. It's definitely faster than going to law school, for sure. And you can make a lot more money. But that being said, it's still a skill set and you still have to hone your craft. Make sense? And yes, there's shortcuts. And yes, there's things that myself and others can show you that will help you move along quicker, because we've been doing it for a long time and we've made a lot of mistakes, and we can show you, if that's our intent to show you, I should say, and not just sell you a course. Does that make sense? And that's something I'll mention. If you don't already know that, I don't sell courses. I've built and sold a lot of courses in my life, but I decided to do this channel differently. The information is free. I'm not selling you a course. That's not the way it's going to work. Okay. So enough on that. What we're here to talk about is you and what it is, how this affects you, and why it is that so many people fail. And it's perceived to be that the whole online world is a scam, right? I hear that from people and I just start laughing, because if that were true, nobody would make any money, right? Like, why do all these people, YouTubers like myself, why do we do all these things, right? Because it is profitable and because we can reach people, right? There are people that give a damn. That's what I'm going to tell you. There are people that give a damn, and there's people that don't. But, use your intuition. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's the number one reason that I think most people fail. I would say it's probably 50-50. 50% their fault and 50% not their fault. Here's what it is. They see something that's presented in a way that they kind of feel like their gut feeling is that it's not accurate, right? And guess what? It's not accurate. But their confirmation bias, because of their circumstance, because of their want to create quick cash, because of their feeling that they've just got to have something, a solution today, and they want it now, right? Because we live in that now society. And that's why I say it's 50% not their fault. And if you've ever been in this situation, when you get that feeling kicking up, here's what I'm talking about. I don't want to go too heavy into mindset because it's not really, it is what I'm talking about. I just don't want to go too in depth with that here on this video. But honestly, that's what it is. We all have it, right? We all have it. We hear that get rich quick jingle and it's like, oh man, that could be me. I could be, I could take care of my family and everybody would be proud and I would be proud and I would feel better and I could have the things I want. Guys, I'm here to tell you, you can have those things. You definitely can have those things, but you're not going to get them overnight and you're probably not going to get them in 30 days. There are skill sets. There's things I can show you that you can create cash quickly. Okay. Now here's how this typically works. Either the quick cash grab things, you're trading your time for money, which is what most people do. I understand that. Okay. And then in the long term, you're building out things like YouTube channels, TikTok. So you're building what I call digital assets, and those assets will feed you and your family and people you care about for years to come, because what you're doing is you're building an influence. You're building a circle of people who know who you are and care what you have to say, right? So that's what I encourage people to do. And I'm not opposed to, what I call cash grabs. That there's no problem with that, provided what you're providing people has value, right? You're not just selling them something that they're going to return anyway, because there's no point in that, right? There's just absolutely no point in that. But here's my point, I suppose, is that's the number one reason, right? Is people come in to a business, especially online, but not only online. Like I said, I've been coaching and consulting for going on 30 years now. I've seen it with brick and mortars. I've seen it with athletes. I've seen it with, people just get excited about something, and there's nothing wrong. You should be excited. That's great. That's human. That's natural energy. But to have an expectation that for some reason you're going to supersede the rest of the planet because you chose a great business name or your cards have the right colors on them and all those little tricks that people talk about, that's just to sell you something. It's nonsense. Right? There's things that help, but you know what really helps? Being a good person, actually caring about what you're doing and wanting to help the people that you're talking to. That's the most beneficial and solid business plan that you can create, right? It was Zig Ziglar that said, you can have exactly what you want, or everything you want. I'm sorry, I'm misquoting him. And maybe this isn't exactly, but he says you can have everything you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. Let that sink in. You can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. So if you're thinking about affiliate marketing and you're bringing a business opportunity to the planet, consider what that is and consider how useful it is to people and if it solves a problem, right? The highest paid people on the planet solve the most amount of problems. That's true. Think about it. The highest paid people on the planet solve the most amount of problems. So go back to that. People come in, they're excited. All of a sudden they realize, wow, this is work. This is effort. And they have a time frame in their mind that's like, and they're comparing themselves to people out there, right? People they see on the internet. And that's something I'll mention here, guys. You see influencers come out on the internet and they say, yeah, I started this business and within 2 weeks, a month, 3 weeks, and man, I'm just killing it, right? And then you, who have never done anything like that and haven't been doing it nearly as long as they have, might come along and compare yourself to their results, compare your results to their results. Here's the thing you got to realize. It's not the same. Because they've spent years building out email lists. They've spent years building out, digital assets and people who know who they are and care what they have to say. So they have influence. So when they bring something, it's highly probable that they're going to sell more of them than you are in a shorter period of time. And I realize nothing I'm saying here is earth-shattering, but the reason I'm making this video is because I'm sick and tired of really good people coming in with false expectations and then feeling not good about themselves, let's just say, because they don't compare to the guru that they saw on YouTube or Facebook, and they're not getting the same level of result in the same period of time. You see, that's an inaccurate comparison, because if you'd spent 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 1 year even, building out your influence, then you would have a more substantial result in a shorter period of time. That's it. That's just the way it works, right? And the same with like Google ads. People talk about, well, I'm just going to run Google ads. I hear from lots of new people, I'm just going to run Google ads. They don't realize what they're talking about. Google ads, what usually happens, you run an ad, you go to a landing page, you go to a bridge page, and then you go to the offer page, right? All of those require lots of adjustment. All of them, because you'll get one working right and then it drops drops off at the next part, right? Your success rate drops down. So you got to massage that one and then you got to massage the next one. It takes months and thousands of dollars to do that. So I do not recommend that new people start off with very expensive ads, especially if you're on a tight budget, right? There are ways to do it. And I will mention that here. So I've put together my Savage Side Hustle Bootcamp. and it's going very well. And pretty soon I'm going to open the doors up to more people. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. It sounds like I'm selling you something. I'm not. It's free. You guys want to know how I make money? I make money with the courses, or not the courses, I'm sorry, the platforms that are on here. So I sold courses for a long time, but it dawned on me that I'm taking people's money to tell them and talk to them about what they want to do. Sometimes it was in the moment, and sometimes it was in the future. I thought a better way would be leave the money in your pocket, let you invest in the tools and the platforms that you need, and then actually show you step by step how to use them. And it appeals to a lot of people, it turns out, because you're actually putting your money to work for you, not giving it to me to tell you how to do it. Does that make sense? I'm telling you how to do it for free, and the investment that you're making is in the actual platforms. So for example, this one here on the screen, you can come in here at 49 bucks, all the way up to $7,500. So what does that mean? I'll drop a link in the description, but what it is it's multiple income funnels. And what does that mean? Well, there's 4 sources of income, and there's actually more than that, but there's lots of different ways to get paid. It's a beautiful platform, and it works out wonderfully for people because there's so many different ways to get paid with one affiliate link. That's why it's on my channel. I vetted it. I believe in it, and I made a ton of money with it. So I'm not here to sell you anything. If you want to look at multiple income funnels, take a look at it. If you have any questions, all my videos have my number right below my video, okay? But what I am here to share with everybody is the concept of get rich quick is bogus. It is a skill set. Whether you work with me, you don't work with me, you work with somebody else, just listen up for that little voice in your head that tells you that's too good to be true, okay? I am an optimist, right? I'm not a pessimist, but I'm also real. And real tells me that, look, if it sounds too good to be true and I don't need any skill set and all I got to do is just close my eyes and pray and money's going to fly out of my computer, guys, you know better than that, okay? So I hope this video has been helpful, and my intention with this video is to encourage people who are interested in affiliate marketing or anything online that frees up your life, that allows you to spend the time with your family, that allows you the money to take the vacations that you want. Guys, it's all here, but you do have to put out effort. You do have to put out some energy, and you need to build a skill set. But here's what I can promise you. That skill set will feed you for the rest of your life and take very good care of you and your family, okay? So this is a little different scenario than a 9-to-5. You go to the 9-to-5, you get paid, you get a little raise, and there's a cap, right, on where you can go. There is no cap here, folks. You can do whatever you want to. Really, you can take it as big as you want. But you have to gain the skill set, and it does require you putting in the time, energy, and effort. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. I hope this is encouraging to new folks that are considering it, and or people that have been doing this for some time and you're just not getting the results that you want, right? I think I'm going to title this video maybe why affiliates fail or tend to fail. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to put something out there that gets your attention and hopefully gets you to watch this video so that you understand there's really only one main reason, right? It's never got to do with intelligence, and I won't mention any names, obviously, but I know some people that do very, very well in the online world, and they're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You know, I mean, they're intelligent, but it's not like people perceive them to be, right? On the other side of this camera, people see people on YouTube, they're like, wow, that guy's really got it all together. Don't be so sure of that, right? What it is with a lot of people that are successful online, tenacity. They stick with it. They stick with it. They stick with it. They try things. This works. That doesn't work. They adjust, right? They don't get stuck. I think it was Dan Locke I heard say it. Don't fall in love with your content. Fall in love with your followers, right? So in other words, put out content that has value, that brings value to people, right? Don't fall in love with the concept of just producing content. Try to produce content that brings value. Okay. So I'm going to close there, guys. Like I said, I hope this has been encouraging. If you like this kind of content, give me a like on this video. It helps me build my channel and helps me reach more people with my message. And I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel and that watches my videos. I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.